Forget the final score for a moment. Forget the table. The most defining image of Manchester City's crushing 3-0 victory over Liverpool was not the sheer number of goals, but the velocity, the sheer, unadulterated chaos encapsulated in the performance of one player, Jeremy Doku. This was not just a good performance. It was a generational statement from the 23-year-old Belgian. For 74 minutes, Doku was untouchable, a blur of motion and intent down the left flank. He didn't just beat his man, he disintegrated the entire right side of Liverpool's defense.
Man of the match for Manchester City was Jeremy Doku. He was superb.
Jeremy Doku, for sure, was the man of the match. You have to let these players express themselves a little bit more. You have to give them a little bit more freedom to play, and he is just playing with a ton of freedom. 7 of 8 successful dribbles is incredible because of what he brings also on these dribbles. They're threatening dribbles. They're not dribbles going sideways and backwards. These are dribbles where he's actually hurting Liverpool, and he made the difference tonight.
Paying attention to when dribble the opponents.
Player of the match was Jeremy Doku. What has he added to his game this season? It looks as though he's gone up at least one level.
I know I'm good, but don't overestimate me, because the players, we don't do that to the player. The player do it for himself. Always we have to try to give them good environment, a good connection with his mates, they're going to do it. But do you think attention to when dribble the opponents? And this is the natural talent. So, and I'm really pleased because he played an outstanding game against one of the best fullbacks right now in the Premier League.
Haaland scored the first goal, but to me, he didn't do much in the game. This man, however, what a performance, what a player. The idea from Pep Guardiola to allow this guy more freedom to roam in different areas, masterstroke. It was genius, because this guy, one thing about him, the first 5 meters, no one's as quick as him, bro. No one can match him in the whole of world football. In central areas, brother, he just bursting past you like it's nothing. Today he was bullying us. I mean, just look at his goal. If Doku is adding end product to his game, if this continues, this is a scary, scary player. This is easily one of the best wingers in world football.
Now, Jeremy Doku is one of the biggest litmus tests for football knowledge on the internet. That is the best, most complete individual performance I've seen from any player in the Premier League or in Europe this season. Jeremy Doku, take a bow. If you didn't rate him before and you don't still rate him now, then I don't know what to tell you. I understand people having reservations about his end product, but if people can't see the value in having a winger that brings that much torment, that much threat, week in, week out, then I don't understand your views on football. Yes, we've been waiting for a moment from Jeremy Doku like this to bend one in from the edge of the box, and it's amazing that it came in a big game as big and as consequential as it did today, and he deserved that. After the performance and the shift that he put in on Conor Bradley, I felt sorry for Conor Bradley. Vinicius Jr. in the week, but Doku is a different kettle of fish right now. Honestly, I don't know how many left wingers I would actually take over him for what he brings you over the course of a season. You try and put one man on him, he'll beat you, inside or on the outside. And then if you try and put 2 men on him, go past both of you. Insane. Like, these stats for a winger are impressive over the course of a 90 minutes, let alone the first half. Most passes in the final third, most touches in the opposition box, most duels won, most take-ons completed, most fouls won, and most chances created. Look at the numbers. Like, some wingers aren't even putting up this level of numbers over the course of a 90. And he weren't even on the pitch for 90 minutes. Like, it's the easiest man of the match award you can give out for someone this season, and he only played 70. There was that bit of skill in the second half as well before the goal. Like I said, if you put 2 men on him, he can go inside you. The little sort of flip-flap with the outside of his foot to go in between Gravenberch and Bradley to open up the space. Everything he did lit the touch paper. And for everybody that moans about how boring the Premier League has been this season, the fact that we don't have many entertainers, you're looking at one of the world's biggest ones right there. And I don't say that without meaning it. I've been on the Jeremy Doku train for a while. Yes, I've said that he needs to improve his end product, but my God, like, there is so much value in having a winger that brings that much threat every single game. He is a nightmare, and he is bordering world class in my opinion, if he can keep this level up.
The numbers from his man of the match display tell a story of unmatched dominance. 7 successful dribbles completed from 8 attempts, 11 duels won against a defense known for its aggression, and 3 chances created for his teammates. These are not the stats of a winger, they are the stats of a primary creative force. His performance was a masterclass in combining raw athletic power with newfound precision. The first act of his dominance was the moment that truly cracked the game open. A sudden, electric burst past the fullback, a feint, a draw of the goalkeeper, and a resultant penalty won the immediate consequence of his terrifying directness, proving he is the perfect agent of chaos in Pep Guardiola's ordered world. But the final, magnificent flourish the goal for 3-0 was the moment the Etihad Stadium collectively gasped. Receiving the ball on the left, Doku checked back, shifted the ball onto his favored right foot, and bent an unbelievable curling pile driver into the far corner. It was a goal of such quality, such cold, clinical execution, that it put to rest all lingering doubts about his final product. The raw electricity has found its conductor. In a single performance, he became the first player since Eden Hazard in 2019 to hit a checklist of key attacking metrics: scoring, high duels, high dribbles, high chances. Created a metric that confirms his place in the elite tier of Premier League wingers. Doku is not just an asset. He is the new variable that makes this City team frighteningly unpredictable. The Doku brilliance was the fire, but the Guardiola system was the oxygen. This 3-0 victory was a testament to the structure built to absorb pressure and convert it into victory. This was the legendary manager's 1000th game at the top level, and it was a strategic symphony. The key to the clean sheet and the total midfield dominance lay in two tactical masterpieces. Firstly, the role of Nico Gonzalez. He is the metronome, the insurance policy. His high volume, high accuracy passing acts as a continuous reset button, preventing any sustained counterattack from Liverpool. In the end, Liverpool's midfield was run into exhaustion, their high press starved of possession, simply chasing the ball until their mental fatigue translated into defensive errors. Secondly, the defensive discipline was absolute. The City backline, marshaled by Ruben Dias and the ever-composed Joshko Gvardiol, maintained a high line that squeezed the pitch, denying Mohamed Salah and the counter-attackers the crucial space needed to build momentum. The defensive unit didn't wait to defend. They attacked the attacks, winning the ball high and immediately launching another wave of pressure. It's a defense that sacrifices statistical glory for structural infallibility. When the system is this robust, the individual moments of brilliance like Doku's goal are guaranteed to be decisive. City doesn't rely on luck. They engineer their own dominance. To win the Premier League, especially against rivals who push the ceiling above 90 points, you need more than good form. You need statistical inevitability. This is where Manchester City's historical data and current squad depth make them the undeniable favorite. City has proven they are the master of the final run-in. They are the Centurions, the team that knows how to win 14 games in a row when the pressure is highest. They have twice won the league by a single point in the last 6 years, a level of ruthless, sustained quality that no other team in England can boast. This track record is not an accident, it's a mental blueprint. The 3 goals scored today were distributed among Haaland, Nico Gonzalez, and Doku, highlighting the terrifying depth. Even with a returning Omar Marmoush and Rodri still integrating, the squad is humming. The sheer ability to rotate Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva, and Jeremy Doku on the wings and in central creative roles ensures there is no drop-off in quality, only a shift in attacking style. Other title challengers rely on a fixed starting 11. City operates with a fixed level of elite performance, regardless of the 11 names on the team sheet. This depth is their greatest weapon against the grueling demands of the Premier League schedule, ensuring they can withstand injuries and fatigue where others will falter. While Doku provides the chaos, Erling Haaland provides the non-negotiable insurance policy. His header for the first goal was a classic display of physical dominance, a simple, inevitable finish that marked his 14th league goal of the season. Haaland's presence forces 2, sometimes 3, defenders to focus on him, which is exactly the space Doku and the others exploit. He is the ultimate distraction, and his goal tally is the ultimate safety net. While he missed the penalty, his ability to immediately shake it off and score from the ensuing play speaks to the unshakable mentality of this team's talisman. They do not dwell on mistakes. They correct them immediately and ruthlessly. This victory puts a 4-point gap between City and Liverpool, and the psychological impact of that margin cannot be overstated. When the final 10 games arrive, the time when champions are truly forged, City will approach them with the confidence of a team that has already beaten its toughest rival 3-0. Every other contender, looking up at that scoreline, must now wonder, if they can do that to Liverpool, what chance do we have? This creates a self-fulfilling prophecy of dominance. The title race is no longer a sprint. It is a high-speed procession, led by the Blue Machine. Manchester City's 3-0 dismantling of Liverpool was the signature moment of the season, a match that transitioned the narrative from can they win? To, it is only a matter of time. It was the convergence of technical excellence, historical resilience, and the emergence of game-changing individual brilliance, led by the dazzling performance and spectacular goal from Jeremy Doku. This win was not just 3 points, it was an injection of psychological momentum that will carry them through the final, challenging fixtures. With the consistency of Rodri, the goal-scoring guarantee of Haaland, the strategic genius of Guardiola, and the sheer, unpredictable electric spark of Jeremy Doku now fully operational, this Manchester City team is not merely competing for the title. They are extending their legacy, cementing their status as the most dominant, unstoppable force in the modern history of English football. The league is now open, and based on what we saw today, the City have no intention of letting go.